Right, so this ain't nothing special really, it's just shining some pipes, but thought I'd put it up, be a nice wee video, and we're joined with Monsieur Merlin, little Merlin here, Mr. Foo. Can't get him away from the workshop, just can't get him away. The aim is to take a pipe looking like that. We're not aiming for perfection here, just to something like this. There's still some nicks and burrs and whatnot, but I currently work in a company where we pretty much take straight pipes and we put them through the machines. I've seen the machines actually bend and make these, and put simply, you can see sometimes marks here where maybe the metal's been annealed and some stray mark. If you look really closely, you might always see, same here, there's some marks here. These are actually clamp marks where the machines had to clamp onto it, and there's like a roll a bit here and it'll bend it round. Quite clever machines, very, very powerful machines, and I say it's how they're created and welded here and whatnot. But that's just going off the topic. At the minute we're just trying to give them a nice clean up. I say nothing perfect, but just to look alright again. Fortunately, the VFR, I'm currently trying to get the centre stand nut out and it's just not playing ball, and while all that's off I thought, let's do all this. I'm waiting on some tools to arrive and bits and bobs to come, so I need a drill, some fire and a few bits to try and persuade the bolt out, so that's what we're doing for now. And all we got here, and we're just going to shine some pipes up. Maybe boring, maybe good, who knows. Normally you shouldn't have animals here, but you try and keep this animal away, he just keeps coming back. And when you're working and doing this, good things to use. Well, Coca-Cola in itself, but it's actually got some oil in there, it's good to use. Harpic bleach, very good stuff to use. WD-40, toothpaste, and when you're actually done, where's the tube? I had no like special polish spare yet, I've got to go and get some, but I had this to hand. Teacut Colour Fast Scratch Remover, and it actually works pretty good as a polish. And as you can see, it's got some shine back into these and it's worked some good, so that can work as well. Dremel wire brush, that can help you as well. But your best friends are bits of Scotch Brite. I mean, the best bet as well, if you mix all them together, you might get a liquid like this, which just dissolves in each rust beautifully. And we use this, and as you can see already, you can't keep them away from the stuff. Literally, there you go. Right. You'll never see a cat so inquisitive in your life, you really won't. I was actually doing this last night with these pipes, just actually going away with it like wildfire. This stuff's going everywhere. You should wear gloves. I've run out of gloves, so I haven't got any more gloves. And little did I realise he was right next to me the whole time. He just looked back at me smiling away. I just push him away, he comes right back. I try and protect him, but yeah. Anyways, diverting from topic. So all we're going to do, once you've got your third poison, so you'll lather it on there, give it a wipe down. I'm just trying to apply it to the metal. The first job is to apply it to the metal. Anyone that's done this knows the fumes, knows the toxic, and keep this bloody cat away. If anyone knows of any cat goggles or any cat protective equipment, let me know, because yeah, he just comes in for a... I think, come on. As we're doing all we're aiming here. Quite literally. As you might be able to see already, it's coming through clean now. Well, this mixture just gets it off beautifully. That's the end of the game. Yeah, I've had actually a few comments, people asking about the VFR. Put simply, yes, it was confirmed. Well, I've not confirmed it yet, but we took one out. It was an exhaust gasket and it was just in a mess. I've not got it on me to show, but it's in one of the videos, and yeah, it was just in a mess. Weirdly enough as well, hence why there's other two parts. They're the front two parts of the delkevic system. This is for the rear to get to the send stands. I was removing the exhaust studs of these. I'm going to replace them with some titanium ones, and they all come out lovely on that day, and I was like, yeah, brilliant, I'll continue and try my luck on the send stand, because I want to get the send stand up and get that painted up and get that looking nice again, because it's just looking disgusting on the bike. It's an absolute eyesore. And one came out fine, but the other side, it's just not playing ball. The one bolt I didn't think would be too bad, it was just not playing ball. So to get better access, thankfully again I've got the delkevic system, but you have to remove part of the exhaust system. I think on the stock you actually got to remove the whole bottom end more or less of the exhaust system to get to it, so it's not nice job. Thankfully again we've got the delks, which makes it a lot more easier for us. And basically that's just been soaked. Oh well, I'm soaking it in penetrating oil, scrubbing it. A blowtorch is doing it, doing some heat treatments to it. I've bought a new drill, bought some drill bits, easy outs, removers, everything. I've bought the whole militia to try and get the thing out. Whether it's going to happen or not, who knows, but I need to get expert in bolt removal if I want to continue what I'm doing. Fixing bikes and stuff like that, I need to get up there, and one of the main things is every mechanic will tell you it's the bolts that can slow you down. Most jobs can be a doddle, but removing the bolts to do it, a different story. So I've got to get myself well equipped for the situation. But you'll sleep tonight, Kat, I'll tell you now. I can see smoke pouring off and you don't care. Most animals be long gone by now, but no. As you can see already, it's, you know, it's no longer looking like that. And that was just a quick wipe down with the bleach, as you can see. What you doing, Melon? This is the workshop cat I have to put. Melon! Stay where you are, boy. Yeah, meet Mr. Foo. The absolute troublemaker, as we call him. There, like that. There we go. Do more videos of you cleaning yourself, animal. Yeah, I think he's going for his mad half hour. Hey, you come over here. Come on. And then we'll do it out. So, I mean, this is just elbow grease. I mean, you have to pretty much set yourself a limit on how far you're willing to go on the cleanliness of these pipes, because you can keep going and going and going, and you know, you can almost get them shiny like, you know, a brand spanking new out of the box again. But it depends how much time you're willing to spend into them. When you've got to take into account they're just going to get thrown back on the bike and corrode back up very quickly, it's like, what's the point? But you just want to take anything off that's going to more or less eat it too quickly and cause it to fail sooner. Especially when they're not cheap. It's like bits like this where it's going to be difficult to get out, but it's, as I say, it depends how much time you're willing to spend on the pipes. You keep going and going and going and use different tools and polishing cloths and buffing wheels and whatnot. Yeah, you'll get these looking brand new again, but I've got to set a limit here. I mean, that's the first go, so you wipe down. So that's what your hands will get up like, and it's just not nice. So yeah, I should be wearing gloves, but you know, I ain't going down left. I need the job done. I've had much worse chemicals in my hands. Maybe for most people this might be a lot easier because they've not got a cat in their way all the time, but you know, so to get these out you might use, you know, a bit of sand, emery cloth, stuff like that, but it's a lot more effort than what they're for. And I've yet to confirm this, but I'm going to do it out of curiosity. I'm actually going to email delkevic and say, you know, so let's just say I don't want to replace the entire system, I just want to replace this pipe here of that system. Can I do it? How much is that pipe? Hopefully they should, because in worst case scenario one of these does get bust, then I can just call them up and they'll be able to send out the replacement pipe. Also have the intention of maybe trying to find somewhere, or you know, I might ask my workplace, see if they can commission, you know, I'll commission my own workplace, it'd be weird on that, but yeah, commission them to see if they can build something like this. But the problem is I want them out of titanium, and I don't know if my machine at my company might be able to do that or not, I don't know, because it's titanium's a different material altogether to steel. But these are made out of stainless steel, pretty good quality as they say in the advertise, but they're not perfect. And you know, if these were made out of titanium, oh, these would be beautiful. These you could get making all sorts of colours. It's enough to do the job. And I don't know if you can see it, but actually if you look in the left corner of the camera right there, there's her old system. And by the end, that's what happened. I was touring around Scotland, one of the Isles, and the roads kind of undulate a bit like that, up and down, with a lot of gear on the back. Yeah, it kind of blew the exhaust system. That was the attempt at repairing it, but it didn't work, hence why we have the full delks now, because part of the other system is actually in there, very good, and just couldn't get it out. Shame really. I mean, I might have another go one day, it'd be a fun thing to try, a bit more experience now, so yeah. I mean, like this one, you know, you can just keep going over it. It depends how much you're willing, how much effort you're willing to put into it, how much you want to go into it. But just take into account, these are going to back on the vehicle and they're going to rust back up very, very quickly. You know, they're going to get in the back, or get back to the same state they already were. Because I mean, you know, look, you know, all these here and these marks here. This is where corrosion's going to work its way in front. You know, eventually over the years, this is where your holes are going to be. When it's rusted far enough, this is where your holes will appear. Yeah, I'm not looking for perfection. It's nice and shiny. Just get the worst of it off. You know how good this video is, if it's of any interest to anybody, but thought I'd throw it up. Also, same with the Triumph. Anyone's asking about the Triumph? Just waiting on a few parts from the customer. You can start on that again. Also, as well, as you can see, I've got my U-tool levy. The bike's as much of a pride and joy as she is, you know. I drop everything for her. When she breaks or she's got an issue, I drop everything for her, throwing money at her, you name it. Weird though, because the bike in financial terms it's worth next to nothing. High mileage, but it's had a lot of work and exhaust system. The bike is practically brand new, so apart from the engine, but it's all going to be restored soon. See me on these bits, if you just keep rubbing them and rubbing them, you might get somewhere. You might, they might look as bad as they were, but so you probably will never get these off with emery or what I'm using here. You have to use like buffing wheels and probably ones like that. But these I can live with for now. As long as I smooth them down as best I can, I'm happy. The ones I'm mainly looking out for are these little nicks and burrs here. Normally you rub these enough and you can get them off. All these ones here, like douche, douche, douche. Focus, camera, focus. Shiny metal, doesn't work how you expect it to. Okay, but yeah, just these little nicks and dots here. These ones you can kind of work out and usually attain some success. A little bit of elbow grease. Not always, as I said, on the machine. That's quite a tight bend for the machine, so you might gonna see some straining. It's just that down to molecular level pretty much, where it's just the material's having some strain problems here, but there's not much you can do about that really. Even at our place sometimes there's not much you can do about that. You just gotta hope that when that happens on the machine, is in my opinion, it's down to molecular level. It's just how it is down to the atomic structure. It's not there right, it's gonna do that. There's one there. Just give them a nice rub like that. Also two there. Circles backwards and forwards. Anyone's watched Karate Kid, wax on, wax off, etc. Down here. In there. Let's just take that layer off. As you can see, go back up. Compared to what it was, I mean, just like I say, that's just running it up and down with a Scotch Brite and a little bit of mixture. I think it's bleach, I think that's some old fork oil, WD-40, that's toothpaste, and yeah, a bit of that. It's all mixed in there, and as you can see, it's like chemical X in there. I don't know what's going on, but it's doing a treat, and that's how I've come up to. You know, and any of those that want their bikes perfect and, you know, looking for perfection, even don't want that, you can still go further than this. You know, you can probably send it off and get plated with something, you know, it's up to you. Generally after this, what I'll go do is put a bit of this tea colour, I said earlier, remover, and just work it on like a polish. That seems to do it a treat. I'm gonna get some, I think is it Auto Sol Chrome polish. That's really good stuff to use as well. But same here, if you go even finer, you can get all these little bits out here where it is here. Another nick here, you could probably get that off. That one might come off. That one there. But you know, bikers, we just love our shiny pipes, what can we say? Let's see, if you look here, you know, I say it just looks sparkling. I think these have been on the bike for about 4 years. Covered about 40,000 miles. So they're not bad. What they are, and as I said, I can still go over that. I can still hit that with the stuff again, give that another go down, and shine it down a few more times of polish, and yeah, you can just get them better and better. I mean, let's have a go. Dip in some of this. Whatever's your poison, but bleach is the main key. See there, you know, where's that? That there, as you can see, it's just took that crap. Look, it's just took it almost straight off that bit. I just showed you that one, Nick. It's right there. So it's just one of them. How long you're willing to spend on cleaning it. And what you have at your disposal to do this. I've not got a buffing wheel or a polishing wheel or stuff like that. You know, so you don't want to go too far because then you might remove too much of the any coating or anything like that. You don't want that. Same here, you know, just try and work it off. Even then you can still see the amount that comes off, it's all still dirt. See that coral, like I said, the dirt around there. Get your fingernail in there with a Scotch Brite and work it in. Let's see, if you spend a bit of time doing this, good half hour or so you did this, there's a high chance this will come up sparkling again. I mean, it almost has. It just depends how much time you're willing to put into it. You know, you go over it once, and go over it again, and then Third time, as you can see here, you know, you can go over it and get to the fine little spots. The camera catches the fumes actually coming up on this. It's mental how it does it, but yeah, you sit there doing this for about 15-20 minutes, it'll come up brand new again. You know. You gotta set yourself a level on how far you're willing to clean up an exhaust pipe. Otherwise you will physically be there for eternity doing it. So that's the one that was earlier, as you can see, it's just tiny now. Again, if I probably went over that again now, it might come off completely and you won't even see it anymore. Handprint aside, yeah, again, comparison to what was, you know, we're at an improvement, massive improvement. So anyways, I'm going to continue cleaning and scrubbing everything. One thing I would also point out is when you do these bits here, take yourself one somewhere. Got a small file or chisel, because when these are in the bike, a lot of rust will build in these. They're not too bad in these, hopefully. Like I say, it's just not 12 on the system, but you can end up getting a bit of rust inside these areas, and it's always just file them out, clean them all out, get all that out, because if you put the bolt back in, all that rust there is soon just going to reattach itself to that bolt, and should you ever need to remove it again, snap and see city. So but yeah, I think that's covered everything on here. Hopefully put another video up soon where we can actually put all this back together and get the 100% confirmation that it is the exhaust gasket, and my lovely Levy can then go forward for the suspension. Well, I mean, there's a valve job I want to do on it as well. Obviously anyone knows VFR's big job, but I do want to do it to her at some point. However, it's her suspension she needs. 100,000 miles, that rear shock is the same shock from factory, it's never changed. Same with the front forks. The front forks have had a few rebuilds in their time, of course, but I think like stanchions, etc., and the springs and whatnot, I want to get it all replaced, and that's the job I want to be going on instead of all this. But there we go. Anyway, till next time.